250 yards away from where I missed that buckhead in this cornfield. It grew up in green grass. But I sat here on the ground last night. Saw a little 4-pointer. I didn't even plan on sitting here this morning, but we got 2 shooter bucks last night on camera. They went back in this bedding area. So I'm hoping to either call one out or one just walks out. Dad is just hunting right down the road, basically. Where we've gotten 2 shooters on camera in daylight this week. The last 3 days it's been raining off and on and super windy. And today it's clear skies and like no wind at all. And chilly. I mean, it's like, I don't know, low 40s, high 30s. I'm pretty excited that it's not such bad weather. I'm also excited for the youth hunters because it's youth season this weekend. So I have my orange laying on the ground right here. No one hunts this in youth, but I wear it at least in and out just in case. But I'm gonna sit here in about 15-20 minutes. I might do a calling sequence and see what comes out. I don't know if I got it. He came in so quick, so close. That was a pretty good buck. Dang it. I think he saw me reach for the camera to turn it on. I got pulled back, but it didn't stick around long enough. Okay, it's hard to film in this tree, so I can't point the camera at me. But it's November 1st. 4:30. I've been set up for about an hour, probably maybe an hour and a half, maybe 3 o'clock I think is when I got it up and ready. And no longer, as soon as I get the camera set up, a little spike comes out in the field. And I grunted at it and it come running in. Walked right past me. But me and Dad went this morning on the ground. And we got a big buck on one of our cameras close to where we were hunting, about 200 yards, 250 away. And this was right before daylight. Still couldn't really see. But we didn't want him to work too far away, so we grunted real loud. And he made 250 yards. He made that in 5 minutes. So he came in still too dark to see. But we got him on both of our cameras. He has one big 5-point side, and then the other side's just all jacked up. But he was at 30 yards, and I could see him through my binoculars, but couldn't shoot with my bow. Plus, he was facing right at me the whole time. But he blew out of there because we had the
decoy set up, and we think he didn't like it, or something happened. Maybe he saw one of us move. But big cold front's coming through. It's super cloudy. It's been raining these past few hours off and on. This week is supposed to get down in the 20s by the end of the week. So a bunch of things are mixing up right now. The rut's is starting to kick off, and a big cold front's moving in. So I think this week's going to be a pretty good week. Meh. Oh, I don't know about that shot. Oh, that was a big buck. Oh, he's bleeding good. I missed the second one, but I couldn't tell how far he was. Oh, that was a big buck. He was at 4 yards right underneath me. Shot a big one. I just shot a big one. Oh, dude, he's a big 10-pointer. That one littler 10-pointer. I shot him at 4 yards right in the ears. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. He was bleeding really good. I shot him again, but missed. Because he was out in the field at 50. But I thought he was 45, and I shot underneath him. But he was bleeding really good. Like, he was standing out there bleeding. Dude, I'm jacked up. He went out to the pasture.
I think there's another big buck out of ET right now.
Dude, that was a big buck, Dad. He was at 4 yards.
Where did he come from?
He came from the road, kind of. Yeah. That's where that little spike went after. And I look over, and I go, oh, there's a spike again. And no, it's a freaking giant buck.
Did he get a pass through?
I think so. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think that was sitting down there somewhere. No, we're not. I'm going to look at the blood, but I say we leave it overnight, honestly. We're saying to leave it. I don't want to bump him. Man, he's a big buck, Dad. I am shaking so bad. No, I couldn't. He came right underneath the deer stand. But I recorded, and I think I might have got the second shot on video, but I missed. Yeah, he was bleeding. I didn't zoom in or anything. I just turned the record on real quick and tried to get another arrow in him, but I missed. Oh, Daddy's big. Oh. Dad, do you not understand? I just shot a big old buck. My legs are shaking so bad, and I can't control it. Oh, dude, my legs won't stop shaking, Dad. I'm being dead serious. Yeah, it's that littler 10-pointer, not like the giant one, but the littler one. Yeah, I just saw blood pouring out of him, but the thing is, he ran out there 40 yards, 50 yards, and was just standing there. Well, I wanted to get another arrow in him because I don't know about that angle. Alright, well, I'm gonna give it about, should I get down now or should I wait? Like, I'll just get down now. I'll tear down all my stuff. I'm gonna leave your sticks here. Yeah, should I go out there and check where he was standing at for blood, or should I just get the arrow? Okay. Dad, I don't know if I can make it down the tree. Oh, baby, I don't know though. That angle wasn't good. I wish I could have got it on film, but he was about to, I mean, I'm sure he heard it, but he was about to smell my bow strap that I have down there. And I shot another time at 40, or he was at 50, and I thought he was at like 45, and I don't know if I hit under or above him, but he was bleeding really good right there at first. But I'm gonna get down. I'm just gonna grab my arrow and back out, see what happens. Alright, so I'm back at my house. I went to Mom and Dad's house first after the shot, and we looked at the footage. It's kind of hard to tell, I couldn't zoom in, but the first shot was, he was directly underneath me, like maybe 5 yards out. I'm about 15 foot up, but I think I hit a little bit back. I mean, I hit right where I wanted to. I didn't really want to hit that shoulder, but the blood looks decent. I didn't find any blood on the ground, but on the arrow it looks okay. And I got out, we looked at the footage. I mean, it's a big buck. I thought it was this littler 10, but it's not. It's actually a bigger 9. But, so I shot the second time. I actually shot over him. He was at 45, and I shot for 45. But in the footage, you can see he ducked pretty good, and it just went right over him. I found my arrow. But I went and picked up that other arrow and just got out of there. We're going to look for it in the morning. I saw it went right, so I'm pretty confident it went to this bedding area we know of. But we're going to let it sit overnight. It's going to be like 30 degrees or 35 degrees tonight, so it's not going to get too cold. I mean, too warm, so I'm going to let it sit overnight. I think what happened is I hit one lung, liver, and guts. And in the video, and I remember seeing when I was after the shot, I remember seeing it, but I could see some guts hanging out of its side. I thought it was blood, that's why I said it was bleeding real good, but it was actually some of its guts coming out. And you can kind of see it. I zoomed in on the thing and you can kind of see it, but hopefully it's down. I'm pretty sure it is. I didn't hear it crash, but I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know. I feel confident that we're going to find it tomorrow. I don't think it's dead yet, but I think it's going to expire overnight. The only thing I'm worried about is coyotes, but also I don't want to bump this thing out of here. There's not really much woods it can go into, and it went into the pasture side. So on the left side there's corn, on the right side is pasture, went right, so it went into the pasture. So it's not like super thick stuff where we're trying to walk through the corn, but it could have definitely looped around. I got permission to go over on the other side too, so it's not like I don't have permission to be over there to look for it. But I guess we'll resume back in the morning. Dad's gonna go hunt to a spot, and tonight in daylight we had 2 really big bucks, shooters for sure, chasing a doe. We think it's the first hot doe there. 4 bucks were chasing that same doe, 4 of them, 2 shooters for sure, no doubt about it. So he's gonna go there in the morning. I'm gonna sleep in, and then after his hunt's done, we're gonna go back there and look for it. So I guess I'll pick this back up when we go looking for it. Okay, it's November 2nd. It is currently 4:12. It's almost been 24 hours since I shot that buck yesterday. I got a hold of a tracking dog. I don't even know if I need it. It could be dead 50 yards. But just to make sure, I just want to be cautious going in there and make sure I get all my thing, like everything covered just in case something does happen or something did happen. But, I mean, I showed her it's going to be a guy, but it was a girl, but the husband's taking the track over. But I showed him the arrow, showed him some of the video that I got of him, and that second shot I missed. And This is probably a good idea if we wait 18 to 24 hours just because of the rut. It could do some weird stuff to their body. They always have adrenaline rushing through them, so it could be a little longer. So I said it'd be best to wait 24 hours. But we're about to get loaded up. I'm about to go into town, get some gas, and meet them at a store here in Holden. And we'll go from there. I don't know if I exactly needed them, but it's nice to have them. I mean, I encourage anyone, if you can get a tracking dog on a questionable shot deer, do it. I mean, it's ethical, and the only thing I'm really worried about now, one, is recovering the deer, but two, if the deer is dead, I know I hit guts, and if it's been dead for a while, I know it's going to stink a little bit, and maybe coyotes got to it, but I don't know. It's been cool enough. Like, I'm not worried about meat spoiling if coyotes did get to it. It's been low 40s, 30s all day, so I'm not too worried about that. I just want to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. So I'll pick it back up when we get back out into the field and start looking, I guess.
And there's a lot of the gut shots, they just don't move really good. Which way to go?
That way.
Okay. Find a deer, Casey.
It went through this trail right over here.
For sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Casey, come here.
That's where I shot the second time. That's where he went in at.
Okay.
This is where he went in. Well, it is November 3rd now, and I had a tracker come out yesterday, and that was 24 hours after the shot, and I hadn't went in or looked for anything, so I thought that'd be my best bet. We didn't find any blood past where I got him on camera filming, so 70 yards after the shot, I mean, you could see him run right, and that's where the last bit of blood is. And that dog wasn't really on anything, so we're still thinking maybe he was still alive. And I'm thinking now, a couple days after the shot, that it's still going to be alive. I don't think it was a fatal shot. The more I think about it, the more I think maybe it was low, and maybe in no man's land, the angle and everything like that, but I think it's still going to be alive. I think we might get him back on camera here in a few weeks or so. But that just goes to show you, it's bow hunting. Things can happen in an instant. And I felt really confident after the shot, but now looking at it, I wish I would have just put it on the shoulder and trusted my equipment. I mean, I built it to do so, and I just didn't trust it, so I don't know. I mean, I got a complete pass-through, and I showed the tracker the video too after. I mean, like how he acted after, and he was just saying he didn't seem too hurt, and usually it's gut shot. It looks, you can tell that he's hurt, and he said it didn't look like he was hurt that bad, so we're hoping that we'll get him back on camera here in a few weeks, and maybe we'll get another crack at him, but I might just go back to hunting again, given the fact that we still think this deer is alive, and then go from there. We've been still getting a lot of other good bucks on camera. But hindsight, I probably should have just let him walk there or put it right on his shoulder. He was at 4 yards and I was 15, 16 foot up. I don't know, I kind of rushed a shot and be kicking myself in the butt for a few days, going over what I could have done or couldn't have done differently. But pretty much in conclusion, I'm probably just gonna make this its own video, really its own episode, and kind of just, I want to show you guys that it's not always 100% perfect. things happen and people make mistakes, but the only thing you can really do is just learn from it and move on and do better next time. So I'm gonna end this video here and get back on it, but I did everything in my power to try to recover this deer. We just think it's still alive. So